What's going on, guys? My name's Theoatrix, and today I'm going to be speaking about how to get ecumenical keys very quickly, and I'm also going to go through a bit of background of exactly what they are. Starting off, ecumenical keys are used to get instant access into a God Wars boss room without any kill count. Now, these come in super handy for things like Saradomin boss or the Armadillo boss because the kill count takes a very long time and it uses a lot of food, so it shortens your trip at the boss. Another thing that makes them really useful is if you die, you can go back and get your stuff in the boss room without getting any kill count. However, each key only has a one-time use. It's completely consumed when you go into the door. Now, one last use of them is actually the fact that they're a good money-making method for Iron Men. They have a high alchemy value of 61.5k. So it's not that bad money for normal accounts, but since Iron Men don't have access to the Grand Exchange, this alchemy value comes in very handy. Oh, and you can't buy ecumenical keys on the Grand Exchange, by the way. So now I'm going to talk about where to get them. You obtain ecumenical keys by killing followers in the Wilderness God Wars dungeon, and it requires level 60 strength or 60 agility to go into the dungeon in the first place. Now, the fastest way there is to go to the Grand Exchange and buy yourself a Cemetery Teleport tablet and then run east and you're pretty much there. Another fast way is using a Dariak teleport, which is on the Ancient Spellbook. You can buy teleport tabs on the GE and that takes you south of the cemetery, and that's pretty close as well. Alternatively, if you don't have access to the Grand Exchange, if you're an Iron Man and you can't buy any of these teleports, you can use a Waka Canoe, or you can use a Games Necklace to the Corporal Beast Cave. The canoe is slightly closer, but it does take you deeper in the wilderness, so it can be a little bit dangerous. Now, in terms of gear, there are a few things I need to go through. Every single monster in the God Wars dungeon is aggressive unless you have each of the god items on you. So basically you need one from each of the followers, Sara, Zami, Bandos, and Armadillo. On the screen, I'm going to put on some very low cost items for each god, and keep in mind you only need one of each, so pick one of these of each follower and then you're pretty much set. Now, on top of these items, you also need to take a fairly good weapon, such as a whip or a dragon scimitar. And also, a good option for a weapon is a Saradomin sword or a Zamarakian hasta because they act as a god item. I also recommend taking a little bit of armor that you'll keep on death, something like Bandos boots as a god item, or Bandos chestplate or Tassies are also really good. But keep in mind here, do not take untradables unless you're going to keep them on death, because the God Wars dungeon is about level 25 to 30 wilderness, so you will lose them if you die. Now, also in terms of potions, just take a super combat potion. You can take a prayer potion if you want to use prayer as well, and also bring a little bit of food in case there's PKs. On top of that, take a glory or any teleport which can teleport you out below level 30 wildy. You can actually teleport out of the God Wars dungeon in the wilderness because it isn't above level 30. Now, also do not forget to turn off your attack options for player versus player combat. Simply just go to your settings and then change it here. Put it to hidden because I really wouldn't risk having that on if you're taking something like a Bandos chestplate or Tassies or something. Don't risk it. Now I'm going to talk about the drop rates of keys inside the God Wars dungeon. Any monster in the God Wars dungeon, well, the Wilderness one, can drop an ecumenical key. Now, the Wilderness diaries above and including medium are actually very beneficial for getting keys. I'll go through why. If you have no achievement diary completed, you can only have 3 keys at once, and the drop rate for the first key is 1 in 60, the second is 1 in 70, and the third is 1 in 80. But if you have the medium diary, you can have up to 4 keys at once, and 1 in 60 is for the first 2, and then 1 in 70, and then 1 in 80. But the hard diary, you can have 5 keys at once. And 1 in 60 is for the first 3 keys, 1 in 70 for the 4th, and 1 in 80 for the 5th. Now, in terms of what monsters to actually kill in the God Wars dungeon, you should always be killing the imps and the goblins. And also, another very smart thing to do is kill monsters that are on low hit points, because since that monster is about to die from another monster, you will actually get the drop if you kill it. Now, the best and the fastest way to get ecumenical keys in the game is to kill all the imps and the goblins and the low HP monsters in this area that I'm standing. Then once you do that, you hop world and repeat. It's so simple, it's very easy to do, but of course PKers do go around there sometimes, but you shouldn't be risking that much. Hopping world is actually quite a lot faster than just waiting around for them to spawn, because the spawn time is quite long. Anyways guys, go get those ecumenical keys if you need them. They are definitely worth it for going to God Wars for specific bosses. But anyways guys, now it's time for clip of the day, and today's clip of the day is from Sniftie. He got the pet snakeling and the serpentine visage on the same kill at kill count 17 at Zulrah. How? But anyways guys, enjoyed today's video? Don't forget to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with more new old school content. If you want to chat to me or to some other members of the community, check out my Discord, the link is down below. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.